Alright, in this project, we are basically going to try creating a simple counter, taking the advantage of all what we have learned initially and putting it into practice. And then, yeah, that's just it basically. I'm going to just remove everything here on this page, which is the home page. Let me see the home tab, and I will do not REFCRNFES. This is React Native, and hit on enter basically. And if you have been following the tutorial, you know what this command is from. Okay, and let me start the Expo application. So we are going to be live viewing what we are actually coding, right? Okay, nps expo start in my terminal, and by now you should have your phone closed, so you'll be able to scan the QR code, or maybe probably if you are not coding along, that's no problem. You can keep on watching. Maybe you are going to do that later. Well, it is starting a metro bundler, and then instead of index, let me just change this to my counter something, or my counter app. Perfect. That's what I want, and let's give it more minutes for the metro bundler to start up. So we are going to proceed to view our changes live while we are coding. So basically, this is going to be I think your first simple project to create with React Native, and from this we keep on building more and more till we are able to master a lot of things. Don't worry about all these warnings. Since you see them in yellow, they're actually warning. So pull up your phone, scan this QR code, and you are good to go. But make sure you're connected to the internet, and the same internet network you are connected on your laptop to. Well, while doing that, let me copy this, because I'm going to be live showing you what we have on the browser. So I go to my browser, I paste it up, and hit on enter. And then let's see what's happening right now. Possibly it is already bundling. Yeah, you can see it is bundling everything, and we just need to give it some few moments. It depends on how strong our network is for it to finish loading. This might take some time, and this might be very, very fast. It all depends. So you can see it has finished bundling, and then we can just go to our browser and see this is our application, but we are not seeing anything because the text is in black, and also my background is also in black. But don't worry, it's there. Just as you can see, I'm highlighting a text here, my counter app at the top right hand corner, which possibly on your phone too might also look same. Okay, right now let's continue with doing some few fun stuff. What am I going to do here is, instead of my counter app, I'm going to change it to 0. A counter, most of the counters start from 0, right? Am I right? So instead of the text, I will just make it a view. So follow along as I build the components. And if you remember, I mentioned previously what view is and what text actually is. So we are not expecting me to be repeating over and over again. So, and the purpose of using them, because all of them actually are important, and misusing them might actually give you a warning or an error. Well, that's fine. So we have the 0, we have the plus icon for the addition of the counter, and then we have minus for the subtraction of the counter. Yes, I think that's it. And at the top, I can just possibly add a text. So I call it my app, or just app. What else? I think these numbers that are here are still supposed to be wrapped in a text, because mostly if you are adding something in React Native, most of the times, as far as you are writing a text, it's not supposed to be plainly on view component. You are supposed to put it in text. So I believe that should also be applied here. So for best practice, let's just wrap them up inside a text. So view, then a text inside it, and then the actual value we want it to have there. So plus icon here. Let me do that for the minus icon too. While learning, you are not supposed to be rushing. Just as I'm rushing, you can be pausing and be understanding it properly rather than just follow along blindly. Okay, good. I think I've wrapped all of it in proper text tag. Let's see what we have right now. But before then, I want to just change the background of the app because the background is black and the text are black, so we are not seeing it. But let me just change the background of the app so we are going to see things that are written on it properly. Container. So I'm creating a style container and I'm adding a flex of one, justify content center, align item center, and background color should also be white. I save up, so making sure that everything is safe, every other changes. So I will apply the container to the parent container of the app, like the main view of the app. So I will say style should be equals to styles.container. I save and I check my browser, and you can see we have something more looking beautiful here. The app text, the zero, the plus icon, and the minus icon. That's already our counter skeletal view, but with more styling, it look proper. And I believe some of you might actually be very, very good in CSS to style it better than me. But this video is not for any styling tutorial. This video is just for React Native and how to build application with React Native. Well, first thing I will want to do is to wrap the plus and the minus icon. I want to wrap them up in another view because they are not supposed to be stacked on top of each other. They are supposed to be side by side. I don't know whether I'm making sense, but just watch me do what I want so you will understand better. So I cut this view from here and paste it under the view of containing the zero, and then make sure I wrap up the plus and the minus icon inside this particular view. Well, the view is becoming a little bit too much, but not really too much. It can still be understandable. So let me add comma here, and then I'm going to say action btn and properly style the action btn. What are the action btn? The plus and the minus icon, because they are the ones, they are the action. And maybe if you want to add and minus, they are the action. You get the point. So I'm going to just apply this action btn styling to the view component I just created and save. Well, after saving, I checked my browser and you can see they are separated where I want it and a little more spacing in between them, making it look properly good. Well, we still need to add some more view styling to make it better, but I believe it is already looking like a counter, right? So let me say btn. So our buttons, and I can just give them a width 50, height of 50, background color blue, allow items center, justify content center, and border radius of 25%. Yeah, I think that's fine. You can add more styling if you want, but let me just apply it to the button. So each view enclosing the plus and the minus icon is a button on its own. So I just need to copy the style and paste it same thing to the minus and save. Can we just go view what we are having already? Because I know it might be. Yes. It's looking good, but now the plus icon and the minus icon are not really viewable for the eye because they are black on top blue, which is a bad UX, user experience, especially if your eye is not that too sharp. Well, just as I mentioned, I will just make it better because I'm not here to teach UX. Okay, so let's call it action text. Those plus and minus icon should be an action text because they actually text. Let me see. Yes. I just can't tell, but let me apply some view styling to it too. Color should be white, font size should be 20, and then the font weight should be a little bolder. Okay, yes, they are not applied yet because we have not really applied them to the text. We just created the styling. Don't forget about this simple mistake, which can cost you a lot of time thinking what went wrong. So I will just say style should be equals to styles in curly braces, styles dot action text. Yes, and I save, making sure everything is looking perfect. So copy it and paste it to the other text. Good. I think this should be okay. and you can see we are having a beautiful looking button, but on hover on the button, it's not looking like it is a button, and our cursor is not looking like we can click it. So we just need to add some styling more. So I can just say cursor, our property, and set it to pointer on our button component. So cursor and pointer, that's all we need to do. Well, we can still go back and check if it is turning to hand now. You can see yes, this is making sense. But right now, clicking this button actually does nothing. You get? But don't worry, that's where the JavaScript aspect comes in, and it's going to be a very, very simple logic. Pay attention and everything will be good. You can see our 0 up there, nothing is changing. Well, what I really want to do now is to make these buttons clickable. Okay, but for now, let's first set the counter to be a dynamic number, because right now that 0 up there is hard coded. Well, I really want to set it to be a dynamic number, so I've created a useState. You remember our useState in the previous video. So I set count to count, and then set it to 0. So the first useState of the count should be 0. So anywhere I'm calling count, it's first assume it is 0 until we change it with a function before the value change. You can see there's not really any changes, but now the 0 up there is dynamic, not hard coded. You get? So what else do we want to do? We want to make these buttons clickable, but remember, we are actually not using, for now, we're actually not using anything pressable. We are using just a view component. And in React Native, if you want something to be clickable, we have two ways. It's either we use the pressable inbuilt component, or we use touchable opacity inbuilt component. At this moment, I'm deciding to use pressable, but just as you might ask, there's no any reason to attach to it. I'm just choosing to use pressable. I can use touchable opacity, and both of them work perfectly. In my previous video, I even used touchable opacity just for reference. So let's change the view component that's enclosing the button text to pressable, so we'll be able to add onClick method to it. Well, if we are using view, we can add onClick, but since we are using pressable now, we can add onClick. Well, another thing is, it's not called onClick, it is called onPress in React Native. So we save up and we have to add the functionality. I can just say onPress. So when the button is pressed, what actually do we want? And then you can see we're having red, because one way or the other, that P is not supposed to be like that. Okay, so what do you want the action to be? We just want the action to be press. Let me just change it, because it's actually getting to the error is getting too much. So let me remove this whole bunch of rubbish first and accept the suggestion. So I will save, and now instead of this functionality to be in here, I can just say handle add or handle remove, because this is minus on, which is going to be handle reduce. Well, that's done. I will just copy this and paste it up to the other pressable we have up there. And instead of handle reduce here, should be handle add, but the A should be in capital letter. For best practice, it's not necessary, but for best practice. Well, I save and I copy. Let's go create these functions and apply them properly. So const handle add should be equals to, and we are using arrow function, just as you can see. And then I can just say alert add button clicked. So I copy up the other one and maybe or create another one for the handle reduce and button reduce button click. Well, let's go to the browser and see why no action is performed right now. Why? But on your phone, you might actually see the action performed when you click on it, because alert is React Native component and it only works on mobile application. When you are using web, you just need to use the alert function in JavaScript. But for this tutorial purpose, I'm going to remove the alert.alert and change it to console log. So you are going to be seeing that, yes, actually the button is clicking and something is happening under the hood. Well, let's see console.log, and I can just properly do the same thing for the other one. So you save up, and let's go back to our browser and go to the console tab and click on, let me clean all these, and you can see add button click, and then if I click on the -1 reduce button click, that's proof that our button is functioning properly right now. But now all we need to do is to make it do the proper work, not just console log. So all I need to say is to set count, the other use state we created, to be equals to count, that is the previous use state plus 1. So it will just grab the previous number that the count has and just increment it by 1, and that's all it does. And I can just copy this and paste it up for the under the line and just change it to -1. And trust me, that's all we need to do for our counter application to work. If you are confused or lost somewhere, you can rewatch the video, ask questions, browse more about the functionality we use. The comment section is there for you to ask me anything. And as I used to say, don't really worry if you are not really cool with something that you just learned for the first time. Keep on learning it, keep on continuing. Sometimes it is when you get to some stage before the functionality you have learned previously start to make sense. I believe I'm making sense, right? Okay, so right now I just want to add more styling to the count. So the numbers that are reading at the top is not looking good, even though I can still leave it like that. But let me just add some more styling. I can add some font size, and then save. So let's just apply it to it. Apply it here. And then style should be equals to size.count. I'm believing now our counter should be looking perfect. And you can keep on improving your counter, but I'm going to leave it just like this because this has make me achieve my aim. All right. Possibly see you in the next one. And thank you so much for staying with me till the end of this video. See you in the next one. Bye bye.